Chapter 21. "I'm starving to death spiritually," Irene said. Jackie sat with her in the park, watching Raimi and Brianna on the monkey bars. "You can imagine how that makes me feel, Irene. I'm sorry." "Oh no, Jackie. What I get from you every week is fabulous. I'm learning so much and, I hope, growing. But it's not enough. I try to do the daily stuff, the reading, the studying, the praying. But I wish I could be involved in a church where I could be used, and where I could soak up real Bible teaching and preaching every Sunday. You're always welcome at New Hope, Irene." "I know. And the day may come when I'm ready to put it forcefully to Rayford. Right now, everything in our marriage is how he wants it. There's no real give and take. I mean, he's a good provider and a great dad. The kids worship him. And if he'd just give me an iota of consideration, I'd be more than happy to let the rest of my life revolve around him. Something tells me, though, that he's got the wrong idea of what it means to be the head of the household." "Hey," Jackie said, "even Christian men often miss that. Dooley and I had to work through that early in our marriage. He was raised in a church where they taught that the man, being the head of the home, meant that he made all the decisions. We went where he wanted to go, ate what he wanted to eat, even when he wanted to eat. Anytime there was a disagreement, he won. I felt like a failure. I resented him, believed I was falling out of love with him. You guys are so great together now. Unless that's just for show. No, it's good now. He was really transformed." "How? What happened?" "He got under some solid Bible teaching. Pastor Billings is a very wise man. And he has a long-term marriage to a woman who is plainly still head over heels in love with him, and vice versa." "How did he manage that?" "He must practice what he preaches, What does he say about the head of the home business?" Jackie called Brianna over and wiped her nose, then sent her back to the jungle gym. "He warns husbands that their spiritual responsibility is a grave task with huge accountability. He tells them they will have to answer for their wives' spiritual health someday. And boy, does he poke holes in the idea that being given spiritual authority means you get your own way all the time. He says that role should be employed only when a husband and wife come to loggerheads over some important issue. Otherwise, he says, you should submit to each other and put the other ahead of yourself. The best part was when he was teaching that how a man treats his wife is like an investment. The more you put in, the more you'll get out. Treat her right, love her, honor her, and you will eventually get the same in return. Consult her, take her counsel, and love her as Christ loved the church. Thinking spiritual headship means you get everything your way is a far cry from being willing to die for your bride. I'm telling you, Irene, Dooley was never the same after he learned all that, and neither was our marriage." Irene had to look away to hide her tears. How long had it been since she had felt cherished by Rayford? And this business about a spouse being an investment. What if she invested in Rayford hoping for the dividends she needed? How could he cherish her if she didn't prove she cherished him? "Good news, Jeff," Cameron said. He told his brother about the advance from the Globe and how it would allow him to come home over spring break after all. "So let Mom know, okay? And if she's up to talking, let me know and I'll call her, all right? Jeff? You there? Hello?" "I'm here. Did you hear me?" "I heard you." "And?" "You know, Cameron, it's at times like these when I don't envy you in the least. Everybody feels sorry for me because I'm the older brother, but you're the star. Jeff, you're the hotshot Ivy Leaguer gone off to find your fame and fortune, and I'm just a blue-collar dolt here driving truck. Stop it, Jeff. What on earth has set you off now? That you still don't get it. I don't know how else to say it, Cam. For a smart guy, you ain't too bright, are you? If you've got the means to get out here, why aren't you on a plane? I'll pick you up at the airport. Jeff, there's no way I can come right now. I missed my holiday window with the car trouble and the blizzard and all. I'm swamped here with classes, projects, the school paper, my job, all kinds of... Do you want to see your mother before she dies? Well, of course. Trust me. She'll be in the ground 2 months by the time your spring break rolls around. Seriously? Hello? It's imminent, then. It's day to day, Cam. Now, I don't want to have this conversation again. The only thing keeping Mom alive is her thinking you're going to be here any time. All right, listen. I've got an exam tomorrow afternoon and a big deadline late the next morning. I'll get a flight that evening. I won't be able to stay long, but... You're not even here yet and you're already heading back. Cameron caught a glimpse of himself in the mirror, running his hand through his hair, and he saw himself in Jeff's comments. He didn't like what he saw in either reflection. Yeah, he said. Sorry. See you soon. The Steele family sat together at dinner for one of the few times that happened each month. Chloe had a gleam in her green eyes and used both hands to push her blonde hair behind her ears. "Ready for my surprise?" she said. Irene looked up. "You have a surprise?" "No, I just said that for my health." Chloe was smiling, but Irene was struck anew by the quickness and acerbic wit of the 12-year-old. Often, when she was sarcastic like that, she wasn't kidding. "What is it, Chloe?" Rayford said. Chloe lifted her plate and slid out her report card, handing it first to her dad, which cut Irene. "Wow," he said softly. "That's great, but it's hardly a surprise." "It will be to Mom. She thinks I'm going to hell." "What? I never said that." "But you do. I know you do." Disconcertingly, Chloe was still smiling. Rayford passed the report card to Irene. "Straight A's," she said, "and all these teacher comments. Great attitude, impressive participation, a leader, a joy to have in class. That's wonderful, honey. Congratulations. Great work." "Thanks. Now how do we celebrate?" "I don't know," Irene said. "Your favorite dessert tomorrow night?" Ramey hollered with his mouth full. "Dessert!" "Come on, Mom," Chloe said. "I'm not 5. A whole quarter's worth of hard work and perfect grades ought to be worth more than your chocolate chip cookies, though they are the best." "Cookies!" Ramey shouted. "The best!" "What did you have in mind?" Rayford said. Chloe chuckled. "You know what Mom says every year when we ask what she wants for her birthday? Nothing but obedience and a little respect." Even Irene had to laugh. "I do say that, don't I?" Chloe nodded. "I want something like that." "Obedience?" "Huh, no, I wouldn't dream of anything like that. But a little respect would be nice." "I respect you, Chloe," Irene said. "I love you, you know that." "I know you love me, Mom. Respect is another story." When did this baby girl become so grown up, so articulate, so cold? Irene worried about where this conversation was going and the impact it might have on Ramey. For now, he seemed to be ignoring it, except when someone mentioned cookies. "Keeping in mind that little pitchers have big ears," Irene said. "What do I need to do to prove that I respect you?" "You say that all the time about pitchers and big ears, Mom. What does it even mean?" "The handles on a pitcher are also called ears, Chloe. It's just an expression that means to be careful what you say in front of little ones who hear everything." "Whatever." "So," Irene said, "what is it you're driving at?" "I just think I'm old enough to start making some of my own decisions, that's all." "Well, your grades prove you can be mature and responsible, though I disagree that you're old enough to make adult decisions. I'm still the mother. You're still the kid." "How well I know." "Come on, Irene," Rayford said. "You don't even know what she wants yet." No, but I'll bet you do. Irene hoped she was wrong, but she could tell by Rayford's look, not to mention Chloe's, that she had scored. These two had been talking behind her back. Rayford had probably coached Chloe on how to manipulate her mother with a good report card. "All right," she said. "Spill it. What's this report card going to cost me?" "Respect," Chloe said. "I told you." "Quit stalling. What do you mean in practical terms? What decisions do you think should be yours alone?" "What I do with my Sundays." Irene tried to bite her tongue. She wanted to explode, to accuse Rayford of conspiring, to blurt that Sunday school and church were not up for discussion. Praying silently for wisdom and restraint, she forced herself to take another bite. Why was this being like Jesus thing so hard? Impossible so far, she concluded. "So much for respect, huh?" Chloe said. "Watch yourself, young lady," Irene said. "At least let me out of Sunday school. I'll sit through church with you, but those dumb stories, and those kids are so stupid." The truth was, of course, that Irene found Dr. Borer's sermons just as bad. It wasn't the classes or the services. It was the church. Well, as long as Rayford and Chloe were conniving to outsmart her, Irene felt free to bring out her big guns. "All right," she said. "I'll make a deal with you. You try a new church with me, one I think we'll both like. Give it a month and attend Sunday school and church without complaining, and then I'll let you decide whether you want to keep going." No, Rayford said. "You're not dragging my daughter to that holy roller church." "Rafe, she's my daughter too, and that's no holy—" "Daddy, this sounds fair. I'll be a good sport about it. I can't imagine it being any different, but I could give it a few weeks if I really get to decide after that." "I don't like it," Rayford said. "That means I'd have to go, too." "Now you're thinking," Irene mused.